Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is February 26th, but I think I just finished one program in Hong Kong. Even Hong Kong stock market goes down, and yesterday, a few days before, Dow Jones and Nasdaq also crashes. So I think you not so care about the day, right? Because the market crashes. So today we will discuss a little bit why it crashes, and then we will most probably the electric vehicle bubble burst already. It rise up for how long? 3 months, something like 3 months. Then I think it crashes already. It crashes and it will continue to go down for a while. So we will discuss this. And the most concern is Tesla, right? So the most concern is Tesla and Katie Wood. How will it go? So today we will examine on the Tesla's performance and the selling. And the vehicle selling price in China is damn low. It's too cheap. It's out of my expectation. Why it sells the new car so cheap? It's even nearly a half price of Leo. So how can it not crash, right? Okay, then our Falcon portfolio also drops, right? But we're still not losing. This year we have even Steven on 2021, and the total of our Falcon portfolio for last 13 months is 57% increase, from 350,000 US to 500. So easy to remember, 550,000 US dollar. So for any topics you want me to discuss or you want me to share the idea, so you can leave your comment under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me, usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So today we will talk about the electric vehicle, the bubble burst. And in front of you in the screen is Tesla's Model 3. And who is driving this? A bear. So this is the Falcon 350,000 portfolio. So this year we have no return already. You can see 2021 no return, 0%. And we keep the last year's return of 55%. And Nasdaq's total return is leading us is 69%. So the first thing that lead the market to crash is the Bitcoin. I don't have a Bitcoin. I don't have any Bitcoin. You can buy the Bitcoin on. It's quite handy. I saw my colleague. He is a UK guy. Bought the Bitcoin and he did some mining in the office as well. Quite easy for you to buy Bitcoin. You can just deposit the money into some platform, and then just some app you can buy the Bitcoin, but may not be safe for your money because that platform in Hong Kong did not have any office in Hong Kong. Maybe they're in UK, maybe they're in America, maybe they're in Korea, we don't know, right? So anything happen, then you can't find anyone. So that's the weeks. So you can see the Bitcoin yesterday, it dropped it. Wow, it dropped at 10,000 for one day, right? So actually you can see Bitcoin been dropped it from, you can see the right hand side, right? You can see nearly 57,000 US dollar to 47 US dollar. So it dropped at 10,000 per 1 or 2 days. So it's quite difficult for Bitcoin to be a real trading currency because it fluctuates too much. I don't have any investigation or some research on Bitcoins. I won't buy Bitcoin, right? Or any other encrypted currency. But it really has some weeks for you if you buy the Bitcoin. There are 2 weeks. One is the platform you bought, right? The platform you used it, maybe no people. You don't know, right? And the second is it fluctuates too much. I don't think that it will drop to 10,000. I don't know, right? But actually there is still some weeks. But I know that all of you buying the Bitcoin is for speculation, right? You want it rise to 100,000 US dollar, right? Am I right? I think so, right? But actually, I don't know. I'm not familiar with encrypted currency, but it fluctuates too much. So be careful about that, huh? And because PayPal has, Square has a lot of Bitcoin for trading. PayPal has, MasterCard has, and currently Elon Musk of Tesla, he also bought in a lot of Bitcoin because he wants Tesla's car can be traded by Bitcoin. So actually, that is your right. When the asset dropped, so the share price dropped. Right. That's one reason. The second reason is because the Fed, the USA's Fed, is afraid that the relief package will induce the inflation. You can see a very simple calculation. What's been confirmed that or the US people get the money is 6.2 trillion US dollar already in 2020 for the pandemic, right? And then 1.9 trillion US dollar relief package is under negotiation. I think it will pass, just the matter of the amount. So total is 8.1 trillion US dollar. And Fed is afraid it will induce inflation because it's too much money outside. It's too much money outside. So actually, what she does is reduce the volatility, right? That's the issue. So actually, how to reduce it? Induce the treasury note. Not only issue the treasury note, increase the interest rate. So you can see this is for US 10 years treasury note. You can see for the whole 2020, it just rise up from 0.5% to less than 1%. You can see, right? It's still low. It's still low, right? It's because you can't increase it. Because in the pandemic, if you increase and the money get into the bank, get into the notes, and then there's less money floating outside the market. And because of the pandemic, then many shops will close. They will shut down. So the Fed will not increase at that time. That is the free flow. Determined from the market. But you can see at the last few months, from the January 21, the treasury note interest rate increased from less than 1% to 1.5% yesterday. So a lot of people, they will dump out their stock and then buy the treasury note. The point is, the technology stock, not the whole stock market is too high. A lot of them still cheap, but the technology stock is too high. Some of them, not all of them, like the Square, like the Tesla, like some of the China stock, they still don't have they even not have the PE, right? So you can see this is 10 year. So let's see the US 30-year treasury note. This is US 30-year treasury note. You can see in the whole 2020, the interest rate is very low. You can see, right? It's under 1.1% something. But when it goes up to this year, it rises sharply. It rises from 1.6, 1.7 to 2.3 yesterday. It is 30 years. 30 years is a long time. Of course, you can trade this treasury note, no problem. It has the value in the market. But the point is, a lot of conservative investor, because some of the technology stock rise up too much in the last year, they dump it out and then they cash out and then they invest the cash into the treasury bond. that is a huge market. So a lot of money goes from the stock market. They come out and then go into the treasury market, treasury bond market. So because the stock market has less money, so it drops. That's the reason. I don't think the adjustment finished it, because you can see the Dow still have 31,000 points, and then for the Nasdaq still have 13,000 points. So I think it will continue to adjust. I don't want to guess where is the bottom. We'll see, right? But if you have a lot of stock that has no profit, or the price earning ratio is very high, like the Tesla, more than 1,000, like Square, more than 300, so you need to be careful. It goes back to electric vehicle, right? When I first in touch of electric vehicle is BYD. You know that, right? You know that. So BYD, the most famous one is Warren Buffett invested in 2007, something like that. 2007, right? So you can see in this figure, after 2007, it rise up a lot, and then it dropped it, and then it been fat for so long time, nearly 10 years, and suddenly in a miracle, it rise again in about April in 2000, about April or May in 2020. It rise up very sharply, you can see, right? With the PE, sorry, I can, because this is not in USA, so I can only have the Chinese version, because this is not a stock in USA. So you can see the price to earning ratio is 340. And the second electric vehicle I learned is Tesla. It's Tesla, right? So we can see for Tesla, it comes out about 2007, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. About 2007, 2008, and then it even not have a profit for so long time, right? Until 2020. That means last year. Suddenly, in last year's April, it rise up. The stock prices rise up. And then you can see now, yesterday, the PE ratio is still more than 1,000. And then its shares price rise up from just $30, something like that, to more than $880 per share. So it's crazy. So, and it makes Katie Wood become a very famous one, right? So the god of the technology stock, right? So Warren Buffett is out, right? Something like that. But it changes already. So you can see for the Tesla, it dropped it. How much it dropped it? It dropped it from $880 to $682. So if it dropped it further under $600, then because this is the average line of the prices, then I think it is not doing good. It may drop under 500. So if you have Tesla, if you own Tesla, I strongly recommend you to dump out a bit, or at least get back your capital. Get back your capital on Tesla or Square or some other Chinese stock or some other stocks that the PE is too high. Get the capital first. Get the capital first. It may not finish. So Katie Wood bought a ton more Tesla on my Tuesday, as the first time Tesla drops. She probably dump out some of the stocks she bought in Hong Kong for the Chinese. So she dump out some of them, so they dropped a lot, and then use the money back to USA and then increase more Tesla. But it further drops yesterday. It drops 8% more yesterday. I don't want to focus how it goes, but if Tesla drops under the average line $600, it may drop to $500. So if you own Tesla, you better dump out a bit, or at least get back your capital. But if you only bought Tesla in this year, so you lost already. It can't be recovered. So be very careful. So why I mention Tesla and BYD? Because at that time, it's been a long time ago, right? More than 10 years ago. In the market, no matter it's in China or no matter it's in USA, there is no electrical vehicle. It's only BYD in China and Tesla in America. But last year, since this storm rise up, a lot of other companies all over the world, they are announcing they will start to manufacture electric vehicle. So I just list some brand. Leo is a brand in China. I think she is supported by the China government. It's been for 5 or 6 years already, and it loses a lot of money. But it is supported by the China government. So it's called Leo. It's a China brand. And then Geely, we know Geely, right? Geely is with Yoyo. Geely and Beidou in China also said she will start to manufacture electric vehicle. And then Gap Group, right? We know that it is doing, right? It's quite funny, right? It's doing property, but it changed to electric vehicle. And also Nissan, right? Japan, we all know that, right? Will do electrical vehicle. And Hyundai, Korea. And also Hyundai is also doing electric vehicle in China. And then Ford, we all know that, right? She will start to do EV. And then Google, this is the autopilot system. And then Apple car, we all know it, right? And then BYD. So you can see, suddenly a lot of electric vehicle will come out. Suddenly, in just few months. So the bubble, I think, burst already. The point is because Tesla, in the past more than 10 years, only she, although she is losing money, but only she is doing EV in USA. But now you can see in USA, Ford, Google, Apple, and then Nissan, China, all of the others famous one, and the most competitive, the most powerful competitor is Apple, because Apple has a lot of money, right? And Google also has a lot of money. They have huge capital. So why does we still put a lot of money into the Tesla stock? That's the reason we should think of, right? So you can see for the Leo, right, for up to last year's April, its stock price how much? 2.67. But but when the electric vehicles boost up, wow, in only 1 year it boosts up to how much? 60. Yesterday is 46.81 US dollar, more than nearly 20 times. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. But you can see there's no PE ratio. Why it doesn't have a PE ratio? Because it doesn't have profit. Because it doesn't have profit, so it doesn't have a PE ratio. But the key point is, we know that Leo invested a lot of money in the past 4 or 5 years in electric vehicle. It's a huge money. And we know that it is supported by the China government. That's the reason. So I give you some information for a Tesla's Model 2 selling price in China. 25,000 US dollar only for Model 2. It's a cheap version. God damn it. How can it earn money? While the average price for Leo in China is 79,000 US dollar for the middle class. So let us see another price. Model 3. It will have a big sale for Tesla. The cheapest one, the cheapest version is only $46 and $700 US. So how can Tesla earn money so cheap? So I have captured some of the pictures from the annual performance report from Tesla. You can see this picture in her annual performance report. This is in Shanghai. Tesla invested a huge money in China for making the car factory. So this is the Model Y, the stamping room. It's the stamping workshop in China. It's the Model Y die cast. We know that, you know that, right? We will need to do a die casting, right? It's also in Shanghai. It is a huge investment in China. But for a huge investment, why the selling price is so cheap? How can it earn it back, right? So this is the Model Y factory in Shanghai, but it is doing the body of the electric vehicle. And this is doing the general assembling, and you can see the face. This is China's workers from Chinese people. And this is the night wheel, right? It's quite awesome, right? So this is for Model 3's factory, the foreground, and the Model Y factory is background, right? This is a huge factory. So consider how much Tesla need to invest in China for this factory. And then this is in Texas, in USA, in Texas, where 3 months ago is the left-hand side picture. And then now the factory is nearly have its some installation, but actually you can still think of how much Tesla need to invest. So we have a quick look on the performance of Tesla, right? You can see for the 2020, the revenue comes up a lot, 45.5%. But for the shareholders' return, is a GAAP, right? For the shareholders' return, increased a lot, 157%, because last year's is nearly a loss. But you can see the net profit rate is only 2.5%. 2.5%. For a manufacturer, is way too low. Tesla has quite some cash on hand because it has a lot of long-term debt, right? The cash is still can overcome for the long-term debt, but not very good, right? So you remember, for last year, the last season, the last quarter, the net profit rate is 2.5%. You remember this first. So we can see for the fiscal year, FY is we call fiscal year. For the whole year for Tesla, you can see the revenue 28.3%, but for the shareholders' return, so is very low rate, right? 0.72 billion only, and the cash and the long-term debt is the same. So you can see for the whole year, the net profit rate is 2.28%. For the last quarter is 2.5. That means all of the people said Tesla's profit is going to boost, but not like that. It's nearly the same. That means Tesla's business, the net profit, is not going to boost up. It's nearly the same for the whole year for 2020. That's the reason. So we can see in last year, Model S and Model X production decreased at 10%, but Model 3 and Model Y increased at 88%. So the total production is 71%, but now is not important already. Why now is not important? Because so many people are doing for electrical vehicle, not only Tesla. Previously, when the production comes out, when the production increased, they think the stock price will increase. Why? Because only Tesla is doing EV. But now, a lot of people is doing EV already, right? I know some of them still come out. But the point is, this figure is not important. It's not because it produces more cars, it will earn more money. No, not this way now already. So we can see the production Fremont is one of the area in California. So you can see Tesla only has 2 production bases. One is in Fremont and one is in Shanghai, right? And Shanghai is nearly half and half, right? You can see it's 450,000 production being done in Shanghai, and then in Fremont total is 600,000 cars. And then one is under construction is Berlin, one is, we just showed you the figures, is in Texas, and others just in development. So the key issue is, if it sells to, if the selling price is so low, how can it recover all the money it invested or being investing? How? That's the reason. And now its PE is over 1,000. So I think it will, that region is going to end, right? So be very careful. If Tesla shares, the stock price drops under 600, then it is under the average line, then it may further drop to 500. Be very, very careful about that. So this is what I captured from Tesla's annual performance report. You can see for the net income means the profit. So you can see only on 2020, it starts to earn a little bit money. In the 2018, 2019, for the whole year, it still lost. And this is the same, right? For the vehicle deliveries, it continues to rise up. Continues to rise up. You can see the left-hand side, continuous rise up for the past 3 years. And then for, not a lot, for the free cash flow of the operating cash flow is still okay, right? But it still lost in the past 2 years. Only in 2020, in the 2020's Q2, Q3, Q4, it started to have some profit. But unfortunately, a lot of people comes up at the same time for EV. So now Tesla is not the only one doing the EV. A lot of people doing the EV. And the most competitive one is Apple or Google, because they have their cell phone, they have their smartphone, they have their own system, and Tesla do not have a system. That's the problem. And they are rich, they have the money to burn. Tesla, they need to bought in the back, trade the Bitcoin, right? Trade the Bitcoin, and they need to issue more shares, they need to issue some debts for the money. But Google, Apple don't need, because they already have a lot of money for the burn. So stay away from the electric vehicle sector just for now. I'm not asking you to stay away from the electric vehicle for a long time. Just for now. Let the bubble burst out first. Let it burst first, right? Because if it is a real thing, I don't know if it's real or not. Because people are saying in the coming 10 years, all the oil cars will gradually change to electric vehicle. And now in China, it's a lot of electric charging station for cars already. I don't know. I need to see. So maybe this is a golden chance. But the point is, stay away from the EV bubble at this time first, for a short time. After it bursts out, pick up one or two that you think with a good performance, and then with good finance situation, with good technology, with goodwill, and then bought in some. We'll see. Because for Apple's Apple car, it may have a prototype on 2 years after, right? Am I right? 2023 or tomorrow or next year, I don't know, right? So, but wait for the bubble to burst first, and then you buy in some at a very cheap price, and then wait 1 or 2 years, you may get a good reward, right? Okay, so we share up to here for electric vehicle. So you can see for the Dow Jones still have 31,000, so right. The NASDAQ, I have already said in this program that NASDAQ is too high. You can see even during the pandemic, after it recover for 1,000, for 10,000, then it further rise up to 14,000 is too high. I think it may adjust more maybe it will adjust down to 12,000 something. So if you holding some of the stocks, the PE is very high, or they even don't have a PE, I think you have to sell out a bit, cash out a bit, right, for safety, huh? Okay, we share up to here then, and thank you for watching our program. Then please, if you like it, then please hit the like and then comment and share to your friends. You can hit the left hand side button for subscribe, and then the right hand side for the icon. So when there is new video uploaded, then YouTube will inform you automatically. Okay, so have a nice weekend. We will see everyone in next week. Bye bye.